Hello there, my name is Oskar Potocki and I'm a project lead on Vanilla Expanded mod series. Today I'd like to showcase a new mod that we have just released, Vanilla Factions Expanded Vikings, and walk you through everything you can expect from it. Now, this mod features two new factions, a Rough Viking clan and a Slaver Viking clan. Whilst Rough clan starts off neutral and can be befriended easily, the Slaver clan starts off hostile and will drastically drop in relations every year unless you really work hard to become their friend. We have also created a very powerful faction-based generation tool that allows us to extract structures made in-game and convert them into actual settlements. This tool is easily usable by other modders provided that Vanilla Expanded Framework is tagged as a mod requirement. These faction bases are significantly harder to bring down. Vikings use a vast number of new pawn kinds, including shield bearers, berserkers, guardians, jarls, and wolfhounds. Berserkers utilize two new craftable headgear items, a moose hat, greatly increasing pain resistance, and a bear hat, giving wounded pawns an ability to become enraged, doubling their attack speed. Vanilla Factions Expanded Vikings introduces the player to a number of new Nordic-themed structures. Some unlocked from the start, others requiring special research projects. Runed columns are a new type of beautiful column that also satisfies noble requirements. Hearth, on the other hand, is a large source of light and warmth, much more efficient than a campfire. Fur beds, both single and double variant, are made primarily using leathers. They counter hypothermia completely and remove the slept-in cold mood debuff. They do not satisfy royal needs. Training dummies are a new joy item that violent pawns can benefit from. Whilst training, melee skill slowly increases. Rune stones allow you to boost nearby nature shrines, and in large numbers greatly increase meditation capabilities. A new cerebral playtable is now available. Whilst providing much more joy than the game of chess, colonists playing it often engage in social fights. After researching beekeeping, players can build apiaries. Caution is advised when placing it, as colonists walking around them can get stung by bees, which creates a mood debuff. They require a certain amount of flowers to be placed around them in order to generate honey. The resource is produced every few days and needs to be extracted by a pawn capable in animal skill. Honey takes a tremendous amount of time to rot and provides gluttonous joy when eaten raw. Honey can also be used to make sweet rolls, an excellent luxurious snack. The recipe to make sweet rolls requires honey and some unfertilized eggs. Players can also put honey in meat fermenting barrels, which will allow them to make a new type of alcohol that reduces the chance of mental breaks. Various new armors made it to the mod release. A leather armor occupying the middle layer, a Ravager armor, a thick leather suit of armor increasing pain resistance, and a Guardian armor, a strong metal armor that reduces the wearer's agility but provides a large amount of protection. For the non-combat situations, Noble Fur Coat will keep your royals warm in winter, whilst Jarl's cape and crown will satisfy even the highest ranking nobility. And of course, a large number of new weapons is also being added with this mod. Most of them unlocked with smithing technology. Sea Axe is a light one-handed blade that deals low damage but attacks very rapidly. Bearded Axe deals similar damage to Gladius with a chance to stun an opponent. Throwing Axe is a short-ranged throwable weapon that deals tremendous damage. It's also relatively decent in melee combat. Dane Axe is a longsword equivalent of an axe with a large chance to stun an opponent. A harpoon is a new excellent ranged weapon. Not only does it have much longer range than Pila, but it has also a large chance to stun an enemy on every ranged attack. Vanilla Factions Expanded Vikings adds a number of new quests and events to spice up your gameplay and bring something new to the table. These quests are built around the Vanilla Quest system and will appear in the designated tab. They offer great rewards, but most importantly, they contribute to the reset of the raid restlessness mechanic, more on which you'll find out later in the video. Fenrir Hunt quest pits you against a legendary alpha wolf. Whilst it's much more powerful than a normal timber wolf, an experienced group of hunters can easily bring one down. Its fur is incredibly resistant to damage and insulates well from the cold. Lothar is an ancient psychic entity and by many it's believed to be the ancestor of Frumbos. Not only it has a pelt with high damage resistance and cold insulation, but it also yields legendary Lothar antlers, which is an excellent blunt weapon and is used to make a Jarl crown. When damaged, Lothar can teleport away from combat and needs to be chased down before it leaves the battlefield. Njorin is a large cat-like animal living in herds, and in many ways it's similar to Muffaloes. They are not often seen as they can be pretty elusive, and it will fight to the death to defend its territory. It can provide a large amount of meat and fur. Now, Odin is a mechanoid war platform, an extremely dangerous unit from a long-gone era of mechanoid wars. They are quite heavy and slow, but they are capable of releasing a stunning shockwaves, leaving your fighters defenseless. If engaged in close quarters, Odin uses a series of orbital satellites to channel high-voltage shocks to surrounding attackers. Ancient Ruins is a new quest location. It's a map filled with ancient dangers, containing valuable treasures, a large number of architect artifacts perhaps. Legendary Grave Quest, on the other hand, is an old Viking tomb guarded by Viking forces. It contains a grave of a hero, a new type of pawn equipped in futuristic cryptotech gear. These Viking legends will always start off hostile. You can kill him to obtain the gear or try to imprison him, maybe even have him join your colony. This mod implements two new raid mechanics, but they are both limited to the Viking faction, so you have nothing to worry about if you're friends with both of them. Pillagers will not be interested in harming your colonists, unless they get in their way when they steal all your valuable items. Slavers, on the other hand, will charge into your colony with a number of wolfhounds, trying to down all your colonists and carry them off the map as soon as possible. The chances to see your kidnapped colonists again are very low. The Feast is a brand new social gathering type that can only happen once a year. Colonists will spend 2 days binging on food and social drugs, constantly sharing stories, sometimes getting into fistfights, having a good time and falling asleep in random places just to wake up and carry on drinking and carry on getting hammered. Face painting is a new feature unlocked from the very beginning of the game. By building a face painting table, you can apply a number of different designs to your opponent's face, adding a deeper layer of customizability. They don't provide any stat benefits though, and it's only a visual change. These colors can be customized using RGB sliders. 2 new artifact types are added to the quest reward pool. The Architect Cornucopia can be used to grow any plant in a large radius to maturity. Mjolnir's satellite targeters, on the other hand, allow you to connect to a dusty old satellite and channel high voltage electricity straight onto the battlefield, causing chaos and fire damage to all enemies hit by the lightning bolts. Mysterious Wanderer is a new type of Man in Black event that can only trigger if you're using a Freya Fierce Storyteller. Now, Crypto Gear, as mentioned before, utilizes the same Crypto Sleep technology as Crypto Sleep caskets. Shots fired with Crypto Weapons apply hypothermia, slowing enemy movement speed and lowering their manipulation. Melee weapons share the same effect. A new starting scenario, Restless Raid, allows you to play as a group of Viking clanmen in the process of raiding a tribal settlement. Whilst you don't start with any considerable resources, you keep what you kill, and you can use the old tribal village as your new home. Of course, in order to do that, you'll need to take out the current residents, but that shouldn't be a problem for you. Whether you kill them or enslave them, this is entirely up to you. The new Storyteller, Freya Fierce, forces you out of your comfort zone. Whilst event-wise she is essentially Randy, throwing anything she can get her hands on onto your colony, she allows for a double population. She is also responsible for the raid restlessness mechanic. Every year you stay turtled in your base, a stacking debuff will be applied to all your colonists. Whilst it begins with 0 mood change, it can stack up to minus 60 mood after 5 years. In order to reset the meter, you need to complete any kind of quest outside of your colony map, meaning you'll need to venture into the world and successfully complete a world map event. This mod works very well with other Vanilla Expanded mods. I definitely recommend using our Vanilla Hair Expanded to give Vikings the beards they were always meant to have. If you guys want to stay informed on the future mod development, consider checking out our Patreon account. I regularly post updates, surveys, and teasers of various mods we're working on. Any money donated goes towards the future mod development, whether it's paying off the necessary software or programmer wages. Whilst it's still a hobby for all of us, we need our jobs to put food on the table, so a donation of any kind allows us to devote an extra few hours of our spare time to work on amazing content for you guys. To those not convinced, every few posts I make are always free for everyone to see, even non-patrons. So if you can't exactly afford it, just keep an eye on those. For as little as $1 each month, you gain access to the development blog, where you can read about mods we're working on as we're working on them. From explanation of different mechanics to art teasers, everything is there for you to see. You can also read all the previous development blogs all the way to when we first started the mod series. I have never really done any of this YouTube stuff before, so I'm not sure what to say now. I mean, subscribe to this channel if you want to see more content like this, I guess. Take care, and I'll see you all soon. Thank you.